Switzerland is vulnerable to future natural disasters, a national politician has warned.
It's home to the biggest expat community in Europe, but most Brits in Spain say they won't vote in the UK general elections. Will Prime Minister Viktor Orbán continue to run counter to EU consensus as Hungary takes over the rotating presidency?
The far-right Alternative for Germany party faced thousands of protesters in the western German city of Essen as it hosted a weekend convention. Re-elected party leader Alice Weidel said the northern European country was in desperate need for a political shake-up.
Deutschland braucht ein zweites 1989, 1990.
Party membership has grown significantly since 2023, AfD officials said. This support tracks with recent European parliamentary election results, showing the political group garnered the second highest amount of German votes. AfD polled well ahead of Chancellor Olaf Scholz's Social Democrats.
I believe that not everything has been done correctly from all the parties, from all democratic parties, but we have to show that we work together. The problems are so complex when it comes to migration and climate change and poverty that people just believe the easy answer, but the answers aren't very easy most of the times.
This conference is so controversial that the city tried to stop it. It tried to cancel the rental contract for the building where the conference is taking place, saying it was concerned that criminal offenses could happen, such as the use of Nazi slogans. But the AfD sued and won.
The protest reached fever pitch when several demonstrators tried to block roads and clashed with police, with several officers injured, according to local authorities. Although the AfD has made gains within European Parliament, the party has also been plagued by high-profile scandals and criminal allegations. Anti-AfD protest organisers believe their demonstrations are helping shift public opinion.
We've seen that those protests that we've been organising here and over the last 6 months have succeeded. And that's what we're here for, to convince them that there are other solutions than voting for the AfD. The AfD offers short-term solutions, but they do not think about the problems that come with it. They offer simple solutions that seem easy at the beginning, but if you think about it in the long term, they're not going to work.
The next critical local German elections are due to be held in the country's east in September, a locale that has traditionally favoured AfD.
The political opponents of French President Emmanuel Macron could cause tremors in the European Union if they achieve a second round victory. Whilst the far right no longer talk of Frexit or leaving the euro, some of the proposals put forward by the National Rally are contrary to European law.
Jordan Bardella a annoncé que s'il était au gouvernement, il retirerait une partie de la contribution de la France au budget de l'Union européenne. Donc évidemment, ce serait une remise en cause de l'engagement de la France. Il y a un engagement à ouvrir une négociation pour réformer la libre circulation à l'intérieur de l'espace Schengen, pour la réserver aux ressortissants européens. Il y a aussi l'idée d'un contrôle de l'immigration plus strict, éventuellement soutenu par un référendum pour faire passer le droit français au-dessus du droit européen. Donc là, on serait en contradiction flagrante avec le droit européen.
The National Rally is also proposing a cut in VAT on energy, again incompatible with EU rules since tax decisions must be taken unanimously. It also wants to reverse Emmanuel Macron's pensions reform. Although this doesn't fall under the EU's remit, Macron's reform was recommended by the European Commission to bring the public deficit under control. So even without leaving the EU, the National Rally's programme would have an effect.
Plus pervers que ça d'une certaine manière. Ce n'est pas une sortie de l'Union européenne, mais c'est une remise en cause de certaines politiques européennes, en tout cas de la participation de la France aux politiques européennes ou des engagements de la France.
The left-wing parties, united under the banner of the New Popular Front, are not calling into question France's commitment to the Union. However, tensions could arise over budgetary issues.
Lorsque l'on regarde notamment la composante économique et sociale de ce programme, ça a un coût qui est chiffré à quelques 150 milliards ou 200 milliards. Et là, on retrouverait la question de la maîtrise du déficit ou de la dette publique, donc de la convergence ou en l'occurrence de la divergence de l'économie française avec l'économie de ses partenaires européens. Et puis, tout simplement, si on laisse filer ou déraper le déficit et la dette, encore une fois, on sera en contradiction avec les engagements à réduire ce déficit et cette dette dans le cadre du respect du pacte de stabilité.
According to the analyst, the new Popular Front is proposing a revision of the EU's political priorities, such as an end to free trade treaties or a reform of the common agricultural policy.
The National Rally has dominated the first round of the French parliamentary elections as French voters throw their support behind the far-right party. Exit polls suggest they are followed by the left-wing coalition, the New Popular Front, while Emmanuel Macron's governing Ensemble party trails behind in third place. Ipsos has projected the National Rally will gain between 230 and 280 seats in the National Assembly, meaning they would have to reach out to other parties to secure a majority. But if the party gains a parliamentary majority, they will have the opportunity to create the first far-right government in France since World War II. President Macron would also be forced to work alongside 28-year-old National Rally president Jordan Bardella as Prime Minister.
Ce soir, tous les Français, attachés à leur liberté, au redressement de la France, à me rejoindre pour amplifier la dynamique et faire gagner l'union nationale face à ceux qui entendent nous diviser, abîmer l'ordre public et bafouer nos valeurs.
Responding to the first round results, current French Prime Minister Gabriel Attal warns that the far right is on the doorstep of power and urged voters to shun Le Pen's party when polls open again.
Je le dis avec la force que l'instant appelle à chacun de nos électeurs. Pas une voix ne doit aller au Rassemblement national. Dans de pareilles circonstances, la France mérite que l'on n'hésite pas. Jamais. Si nous voulons être à la hauteur du destin français, il est de notre devoir moral de tout faire pour empêcher le pire d'advenir.
Meanwhile, both Macron and Jean-Luc Mélenchon, founder of the left-wing party La France Insoumise, have said they will withdraw candidates in the second round in an effort to block the National Rally from gaining legislative power.
Conformément à nos principes et à nos positions constantes dans toutes les élections précédentes, nulle part nous ne permettrons au RN de l'emporter. Et c'est pourquoi, dans l'hypothèse où il serait arrivé en tête tandis que nous ne serions qu'en troisième position, nous retirerons notre candidature.
As the exit polls were announced, thousands of left-wing supporters gathered at Place de la République in Paris to protest against the rise of the far right. The second round of voting in the parliamentary elections will take place next Sunday.
The day begins slowly in Rojales on the Costa Blanca. It's time for a round of golf or a lazy coffee. This is how life is for the 300,000 British citizens, mostly retired, who have chosen Spain as their home.
We've worked all our lives, so we want to have fun.
In the cafes, people read English papers, news about places that feel distant from where they are.
España es el país con la mayor población de británicos de Europa. Aquí en Rojales superan en número a la población local. Dicen que se encuentran como en casa, pero el Brexit ha hecho su vida más complicada.
The UK's exit from the European Union has forced many Britons to return to their country every 3 months. And many who haven't secured permanent residency have sold their homes.
A disaster. They hadn't a clue what they were voting for.
The July 4th elections could change the political landscape in the UK, whose economy continues to be constrained by the consequences of Brexit.
Es curioso que en la campaña electoral no se habla del Brexit, pero es una especie de elefante en la habitación. Si gana el Partido Laborista, que también están siendo muy prudentes con esta cuestión, bueno, pues seguramente habrá un acercamiento mayor a Bruselas y al club comunitario.
Even so, most Britons living in Rojales say they won't vote.
I don't do politics, you know.
It's not worth the hassle. It's not worth the hassle.
But for those who wanted to vote, things haven't been easy either. The short notice of this election has prevented them from registering.
I have tried to vote, and yet again, because I'm in Spain, it has been very, very complicated. And I have to have a proxy vote, so I have to get someone in the UK to vote for me. But the time has now passed in order for me to get that in place.
As the UK prepares to go to the polls in a crucial election, these British citizens don't feel that the results will have any impact on their lives.
I would particularly want the government to look at freedom of movement, but that's tied up with immigration, and I think people are getting the wrong end of the stick, and they're so het up with immigration that they can't see beyond, which is why we had Brexit in the first place, really.
Whatever the outcome, tomorrow will be another sunny day in southern Spain. Firefighters have scrambled to contain large-scale wildfires in Turkey's southwestern Mugla province. Footage released by the Directorate of Forestry showed plumes of smoke rising in the district of Milas. On Sunday, officials said that a wildfire in Izmir province had been contained and largely put out. Wildfires are an annual problem in Turkey, with the country logging 74 so far this year.